Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This week we're going to talk about fuckery. That's right, good old-fashioned Second Amendment fuckery. Let's go.
Casey,
Anyway,
I want to know your thoughts on that. Before we really get into it, fireteamdesigns.com. I'm really sorry, guys. We're not going to give you a dope-ass promo this week because we are a little bit on a time crunch. Fireteamdesigns.com, our proud sponsor of this show. We love those guys. Get over there, get you some custom shit. Let them know we sent you.
for
And
all
you will
your
get,
branding and design needs,
yeah, it's
also
also,
Mike Miller Show merchandise, buy that shit. We get
please.
10%. Also, mention us at checkout. We also get some money off that. It's good shit. We appreciate it. I don't know if you guys get a discount, but if you do, fucking kudos. Otherwise, buy that shit anyway. We're fucking awesome. You fucking love us.
Yeah.
There we are.
So if you're listening to this show right now, pause it. Fireteamdesigns.com.
I mean, don't pause it. Like, do it after the show. It's a good show. Like,
That's
don't pause.
fair.
You're gonna
Never
ruin
mind.
the whole fucking je ne sais quoi of the fucking evening.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. All right. Anyway, so again, thank you to our sponsors, fireteamdesigns.com. Mike, back to the fuckery. Go.
All right. All right. Joe Biden, a plethora of other fucking states are freaking out because, America's crazies finally found themselves again after COVID, came out of their fucking house and started shooting some people. You know what? Fucking crazy people shoot people. It's the thing that happens in a country with 400 million guns. You know, it's not going to stop that. The fucking government seizing fucking guns. You know why? Because prohibition doesn't work. Assholes that want fucking guns will continue to have fucking guns.
Well, I don't know if anybody else noticed this. Did you notice how pissed off the media was when they found out the gunman was not a white dude?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They were so pissed.
I didn't know that he wasn't a white dude, and you know why? I don't care.
Yeah, he's a Syrian guy. He's a Syrian dude. And like, if you guys listen to World News with BK, which is one of my favorite podcasts, it's basically
that's
where
the guy that shot all the hookers.
No, that was some other fucking creep. But
that wasn't a white guy. Right? That's some white guy shit. You go on a shooting spree of Asian hookers over your religious fucking background.
Well, BK has stated numerous times, all these fucking guys that go out and hose down all these fucking people, they're all just fucking incels. Nobody that's getting laid's out fucking mad. They're not that fucking mad. If you're getting laid on the reg, you're not going to be mad enough to fucking light up a fucking building full of people. Go to the gym, fucking, work out a little bit, get a fucking haircut, get a job, be desirable, go get some pussy, and stop fucking shooting people, man. It really is that
not
simple.
that hard. Like, I've been ugly my whole life. I've still gotten pussy. Like,
yeah, you have.
Honestly, like an obscene amount. Like, and you know why?
Oh God.
Because I work for it. Like on the regular, like all the time. It's all I do. I work for one now, but like before, like I was constantly working for it. That's what you have to do. That's
he had to work for this
life,
one.
Gentlemen.
He had to work for that one, and then he had to work to pay for that house for that one. But like, are you mad enough to fucking go on a rampage?
I'm not mad at all.
Because you're getting laid.
If there was, all right. If it wasn't for good loving at home, I wouldn't have a goddamn thing. I'd live in a studio apartment with no fucking kids.
Yeah, dude, I'm thinking fucking houseboat and a Harley, bro. It'd be so bad.
I probably wouldn't. I would probably be way lazier because, honestly, I wouldn't have anything to motivate me towards that. You know why? Because my fucking standards are not that high and it's too easy.
Yeah, dude, you're not wrong. But I read something, kind of going back to what you were saying about the government. You can't, you fucking stop people shooting guns at other people, let the other people fucking shoot back. But I read something on social media, and for the life of me, I don't remember which one it was. It said, turning in your gun to prevent, to help out with gun control is like cutting off your dick to prevent a rape from happening.
Uh-huh.
Here's what I'm going to say about this. Firstly, I don't give a fuck about any of this. Here's the thing. The Second Amendment doesn't exist so that you can protect yourself. The Second Amendment exists as a check on the balance of power of a federalized military. That's literally what it's for. If you read the Federalist Papers, if you read the founding documents of this country, it's a check on government power. And I'm sorry, liberals, I want you to hear this. The government is not always liberal. You remember the Jim Crow fucking laws? You remember that shit?
Yeah, Southern Democrats.
Yeah, Dixiecrats used to be really fucking concerned. They used to be about their racism, man. And like, it was fucking citizens with guns who changed that shit. I'm sorry, people, but if you think that Martin Luther King doing a march, getting the shit kicked out of him, was what fucking changed things, you're fucking wrong. I'm sorry. It was the 800 fucking bombings in a 2-year period, along with fucking regular attacks on police, and then Martin Luther King Jr. going into the president's office and saying, you can deal with me or these N-words on the street. Your choice. That's what fucking happened. That's fucking history. Not this fucking nonsense of fucking peace ever changing a goddamn thing, because it doesn't.
Damn.
You good, bud?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Take that.
Casey, I swear I want your input on this, but before I get that, back to the Colorado shooting, the liberals, never to let a fucking good tragedy go to waste. What are they saying now? We have to have more gun laws in place to prevent this kind of shit from happening. Nobody should have these type of firearms, but the police. Let me fucking backtrack like 6 months ago. Were they not trying to fucking defund the police?
Yeah, we all lived through that. I mean,
yeah,
no one missed that.
Right. So, where are you at in all this? Because I've been waiting.
Hey, black people, give us your guns, and then the only people that are allowed to have guns are the people that we say murder you on a regular basis.
Well done, guys. Fucking
hilarious.
Yeah. Casey, I know you've been probably waiting to swing on this one all week, so let's hear it.
Well, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I mean, I think you guys know where I stand on it. Do I really need to say it? But if we break down, there's two things I want to touch on really quickly. The dude in Boulder. Now, is anyone factoring in the white guy that they plastered all over the news for like 3 hours pretending it was him until we found out it was a Syrian? Is anyone going to talk about that dude? Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be repercussions of his face being flashed to the sheeple mob. And, you're going to have your enraged Karens and those who believe he really did it, who actually didn't watch more than 8 minutes of footage.
My man, moved to Canada. It's safe.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned for dude. But anyway, if you want to talk about banning guns, gun and control are two words that never belong together. We don't need anyone to tell us what we're allowed to have, how we're allowed to have it, where we're allowed to have it. And this is exactly why I'm saluting, what's his name? William Byron Lee, who's the Tennessee governor, because he's pushing a bill through legislation, which he's more than likely to sign, that open carry is going to be permissible. You don't need a permit. You don't need shit. You just walk down the street with what you want because America.
Yeah, and a lot of states have that. Arizona was the best fucking state ever.
Missouri and Kansas have concealed carry 100% throughout the state.
Yeah, no license required.
I was kind of shocked that Tennessee's just doing this now. Like, I was under the impression they had already had some sweet ass, liberty going on in Tennessee.
All right, here's the thing. Okay, here's what I want to tell you about the South, right? Is that the government really just doesn't matter that much. Cops on the street aren't going to enforce certain fucking laws. Yeah, you can have all the laws you want on the books, and those laws can be justification for an arrest by police, for sure. But 99.99999% of the time, the cops don't give a fuck in the South. And they hate cops just as much as you hate cops.
Right.
They hate unjust rules and laws as much as you hate unjust rules and laws. Like, if a cop pulling you over in Tennessee for fucking speeding is rolling his eyes just as hard as you are. Because that's the fucking culture of the South.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you fucked up, right? Okay, cool, enough said. On your way. If anything at all.
if anything at all. The
Right.
South is like where I love to hang out. Like I like cops for the most part, but I really like cops in the South. Like cops in the South will smoke a joint with you.
Um,
I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say I had a cop in the South take a bag of weed off of me, and I don't know what he did with it, but I didn't have it anymore. So they ain't that fucking cool about weed. Yeah.
All right, so back to the original topic, though. If we're speaking on mass shootings and shit, one thing that enrages me off the bat is the fact that the AR-15 or any other kind of rifle is automatically blamed. Now, if you go into the FBI database for the past year, hands and feet, hammers, miscellaneous items, they all come in a little bit higher and a lot higher than rifles. But if you take it even further and you read a book that John Lott wrote, or you even look at some of his crime statistics, mass public shootings by type of weapon used from 1998 to March of this year, to the 22nd of March of this year. If you look at murders only with handguns, that makes up 56% of mass shootings. Now, if you go and look at the other side of that and you look at murders only with rifles, you're looking at 11%. If you want to go a little further and do handguns and rifles, you're looking at 12%. Then murders with only shotguns, 4%. And then you have all three type of weapons used, 4%. And then handguns and shotguns makes up 10%. So if we really want to pass this narrative and like this isn't what gets everyone absolutely up in arms, literally, I don't know what it's going to take, guys. And
All right.
I know I talk a lot of shit and I get pretty hyped about stuff, but this is something that is really starting to piss me off because the ignorance met with the actual tyranny that's taking place. I feel like I'm not coming up for air.
All right. So that's what I want to talk about, right? Like, okay, I'm all about having this fucking argument every time this fucking comes up about why the Second Amendment exists, why your gun rights are important, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to continue having the same fucking argument over and over and over again. And I'm going to be really fucking pissed off about it because every time I have this argument, it's like, really, why am I still having this argument? It's a stupid fucking argument. There's 400 million guns. We're never going to take the guns. It's dumb. It's just like global warming. Like, until I see fucking liberals moving off the fucking coast, I don't give a fuck. It's a moot fucking point to me because it doesn't really fucking matter because no one's really taking it seriously. It's not a serious debate.
You have the best stance on global warming I've ever heard. When you say, okay, look, if global warming is what they say it is, how come we're talking about fucking anything else?
Why do all the elites live on the fucking coast? And exactly, why are we talking about anything else if it's a fucking existential crisis? That's the other, those are the two things, right? Like, until those two things change, I just can't bring myself to give that much of a fuck, right? Now, here's the interesting topic of conversation that I want to bring up, and I want to hear you guys' perspectives on, is why do you think right now, after the coronavirus situation, after the lockdowns, after we've spent the last year in some kind of fucking authoritarian Orwellian fantasy land for these people, why is it now that they're coming after our guns?
Because 2 tragedies within a week. It's just like Parkland, just like Sandy Hook. This is the new trend. Like, something tragic happens. People were killed. And then all of a sudden, the libs feel the need to fucking use that opportunity to strike. That's what it comes down to, man. They will never waste an opportunity. And to them, opportunity is tragedy. But you know what's gonna happen? They keep fucking around. 2024, dude. They are gonna make America great again. Okay.
There it fucking is. Yes. Score. But wait, why did you reference, what'd you say, Parkland and Sandy Hook?
Yeah.
All right. But
if you recall both times after both shootings, there was, massive rallies and shit for gun control. That poor spokeswoman for the NRA, who was really, really hot, just got her ass whooped by the media for months. I don't know how she did it. Like, I really don't. They must have paid her very well.
I think they're pushing this for a few reasons. They're going to see how much more we're going to take. And a lot of the other things that would have kept us inside 6 months ago, 9 months ago, they have to play a new angle. We're getting past the masks. States are open and wide up. I think they fear that the people have had enough. So let's do something more drastic to distract everybody. And of course, when you start talking guns, people are going to pay the fuck attention if they weren't already. I mean, I don't know anybody who ain't keeping their eyes on gun laws and, who's trying to push what fuckery where. But I think it's part of a tactic to not only put fear in the people, especially the non-gun owners, which I don't know a single one, to be honest with you, but I think it's just a distraction method, to be quite honest.
That's a viable argument. I mean, I wouldn't. Here's the thing, we've always been super, try not to sound like some conspiracy shit on this show. We've always been that, but with the fuckery that's going on as of late, I'm not terribly sure I can do that anymore.
Okay, here's something I just found out this week that I want to talk to you guys about. The Gulf of Tonkin incident. Do both of you guys know what that is?
Is that where the fucking canal was blocked?
The Gulf of Tonkin incident is yes, it's a North Vietnamese attack on U.S. naval vessels, right? That started the Vietnam War.
Oh, I thought you're this was a recent event. I was like,
no.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he read on it this week, so he just wanted to get our.
Oh, okay.
It's a North Vietnamese attack on U.S. naval vessels, and in 2004, the NSA released documents saying that was a false flag. It never really happened. The first attack happened, right, which led to no U.S. casualties. And then the second attack that supposedly did lead to U.S. casualties and was a big fucking deal and was all over the fucking news never fucking happened. It was a false flag, a way of getting us into the Vietnam War. And up to 25,000 people knew about this attack not happening, right? And were able to keep their mouths shut throughout the Vietnam War and up to fucking 2004 when these documents got released. And then after those documents got released, generals from the era were fucking interviewed and confirmed this. Also, generals from the Vietnamese side confirmed that the second attack never fucking happened. So, yeah. I'm sorry. If you're telling me that that the U.S. government can falsify a fucking U.S. naval battle, right, in North Vietnam, and they can't create false flag incidents specifically to shift the balance of civil power
and obedience,
I'm going to say that's bullshit.
Wow.
What the government is capable of, I think, is vastly underestimated.
Well,
I agree.
It's starting to look like some fucking have you ever seen that movie with Will Smith, Enemy of the State?
Mm-hmm.
How fucking accurate was that movie before its time or what?
Way before its time.
Before its time.
That shit was 98.
I think they actually had an NSA person that wrote that movie. They
had to
whoever wrote that movie, their neighbor was in the NSA and got way too loosey-goosey when they got drunk.
And then that dude's dead now. There's no way around it.
Dead. Way dead.
Way dead. Right?
Let's move beyond this. I think we've kind of kicked this horse.
I kind of want to continue this conversation because I'm sorry. We just took $1.9 trillion out of circulation and gave most of it to fucking corporations. I'm just saying that we just saw the largest transfer of wealth in U.S. history from the middle class to the rich. And now a week and a half later, we're talking about the kind of gun control that is going to make every civilian gun owner basically a
criminal,
a felon. When you have, all right, so if you're fucking ignorant on guns, you say, okay, why does anyone need a magazine capacity over 10 rounds? Well, that's most fucking gun owners. That's the most common handgun in America is a Glock. Most have an over 10 round magazine capacity. And if you are not paying the federal taxes that are requisite in this bill, you are a fucking felon. It's just like how they made you a felon when you didn't pay the federal stamp, the tax stamp on your marijuana. They made you they created a federal charge on tax evasion, right, out of weed. And that's how they made weed illegal. I'm just saying that we have a long history of prohibition in this country, and we need to be paying attention to how these fucking laws are being written.
There's a difference here. 400 million guns. Good luck. You're gonna do a buyback at $1,000 a piece?
There's the same fucking thing on weed. Weed is a fucking weed. It grows in the dirt. Good fucking luck. They didn't do anything about weed. There's still weed.
Right.
And was always, right? Prohibition doesn't fucking work. It's just a means of control.
That should be the title of this episode. Prohibition doesn't fucking work.
I love
I
it.
agree.
It doesn't. It's a means of control. It's a means of making people into criminals. And it's just so that you have control over those people. If ever you want to bust down their door, right? The government is getting incredibly good at mass surveillance, at mass data collection.
They've been good at it, bro.
If ever,
Fuck.
I mean, but like, all right, they've always been good at mass data collection, but what they're getting better at a geometric rate is data analysis, right? You want to talk about who's a fucking threat in this country, right? And you want to find those people and you want to fucking arrest those people. Make fucking guns that have a magazine capacity over 10 rounds a felony, and watch how easy it becomes to create re-education camps in America.
True.
That's what I'm saying here, is that we need to take these people seriously when we're seeing this kind of authoritarianism take place all over this country. We don't need to look at this in the context of the time as any other fucking gun grab. We need to look at it for what it is. It's a fucking chess move.
Okay, that's
ballsy fucking chess move though, because I don't know about the rest of America, but am I the only one who's like enraged inside?
Oh, we're all enraged. You're just more vocal about it.
Well, okay, get more vocal then, because join me. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. And what are we gonna do to stop it? We're gonna sit and wait and see the next bullshit thing they try to pass, and then by the time we're done just sitting and waiting, it's gonna be an all-out shit show.
There's a famous flag from my home state of Texas that says, "Come and take them," or "Come and take it." Yeah, that's where I stand on it. Try me. That's it. I'm probably gonna die, but it is what it is, right?
Agreed.
But here's the thing: they don't have to come and take it from you, man. Like, I think she's right, dude. Like, we're not doing anything about this. And honestly, I've got a wife and kids and a fucking middle-class job. I don't want to fucking lose all the shit that I have. But that's what it takes to come at this kind of shit. That's what it's gonna...
You don't have to lose. You don't have to lose any of that shit. You know why? Because you have the fucking Second Amendment and a bunch of guns in your house.
You're right. But look at how easy it is once they have a law like this passed, right? They're not going to come for us all at once.
Right. They're going to pick us off piece by piece.
Yeah. And they've already started this with like red flag laws and all this other shit. It's really fucking depressing because unless you really want to erode what the country is, there's not a lot of, it's so insidious. There's just no real good way to fight it. You know, unless we're looking at like the political reality of this, unless we're going to talk about it, communicate about it, educate Americans on what these gun laws mean and what they do and how they can be used. Unless we want to attack, you know, how many fucking black listeners do I have? How many people are out there in the hood listening to me right now? how many people that are part of the Democratic coalition are listening to me right now? It's this fucking divide and conquer shit. All of this, I'm telling you, is all part of the same fucking manipulation. Taking our money, turning us against each other, taking our guns. It all is part of the same thing. We need to come together as a country. We don't need to fall apart at the seams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you guys want to move on from this?
Well, yeah, now it's fucking depressing, right?
Okay.
I fucking took it there.
But that being said, I think it's important to remind you that you voted for this.
Oof, there it is, truth bomb. Speak on it, man.
You know what? That is a truth bomb, and I did, because I thought that whatever, I don't know.
You got
I don't
nothing.
have any good. I got nothing.
No.
So
you're right.
On a
for the
level
record,
of one, sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say, so given the opportunity to take that vote back and cast one for Donald J. Trump, would you do so?
No.
So you just wouldn't vote? You just wouldn't vote?
No. I believe I voted the right way. Not because I believe in Joe Biden, because I believe
it's going to unify both sides, right?
I do. I think it's going to unify both sides.
I hope the fuck you're right.
All right, look.
I can fuck up
Joe
enough
Biden,
everybody.
Joe Biden's obvious hypocrisy and corruption. Either it's the best chance to unify both sides, left and right.
Now, I think you're right.
If it doesn't unify both sides, if all right, what we're going to talk about next is some guy getting brought up on fucking, charges for, sexual assault or whatever, right? Every goddamn Democrat I've ever fucking heard of out of the fucking Biden, Clinton, fucking Obama mishmash has had some kind of fucking sexual assault allegation. Half of them no fucking pedophiles. If this obvious fucking hypocrisy and corruption doesn't fucking get you, I don't understand what will. And I think that short of armed fucking rebellion, Joe Biden is the best fucking bet for unifying the left and the right.
I don't think we're close to unity yet at all, but I do see a shit ton of Biden voters who are very remorseful in what they've done. And I have to say, like, I kind of just smile about it. I'm like, well, you're a jackass because you had 50 years to know what he was about, but I guess you kind of ignored that. But
exactly what he was about.
Right. I think it's going to make the left a little more willing to hear why we were so adverse to him. And then maybe we can create a pathway to at least civil conversation.
Guys, we've said it 100 times on this show. 100 fucking times. Nobody voted for Joe Biden. Everybody voted for not Donald Trump. That's it. Nothing follows.
Hey,
they would have voted for a fucking popsicle stick over Donald Trump. It was I think
Donald
crazy.
Trump does more damage to the right than does Joe Biden. That's where I'm at.
Okay. And I respect your opinion. I don't necessarily agree with you, but
I'm not asking you to. And on days like today, I agree with you. It was a rough fucking choice, man. But I'll fucking stand by it because it's the choice I fucking made.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not gonna fucking. If it turns out wrong, if it turns out that I'm not correct in how this is gonna go down, I'll apologize on the other end for my decision.
Outstanding.
But at the time,
if you're wrong, if you are wrong, and even if you're right, I think you're going to get Donald Trump 2024. And if not Trump, somebody like him. I really do think it's going to happen.
I'm hoping for some. All right, look, man. Look, Trump's foreign policy, even the Biden administration can't fucking go against really Trump's foreign policy. It was fucking on point, man. You want to look at Trump on war, Trump on the border, Trump on a lot of those policies were the correct policies, right? Really, he was just the wrong spokesman. And you know what? I'm totally fucking happy for the next fucking person that espouses those fucking policies, but in a better, more succinct, more educated way. I'm about that, man. I'll vote for that all day, every day. I'm not against policies. I'm against the person. for sure. 100%.
But I think and I'm with you 100%. I agree with that. But here's the thing: I did not dislike Donald Trump and his mentality. I didn't dislike the way he acted more than I liked what he did. Hence my vote.
Look, man, at its heart, in my opinion, conservatism is about personal responsibility.
Okay, you're not wrong.
Point blank, period. That's a man who fucks a hooker while his pregnant wife is fucking pregnant. Fuck that guy.
Well,
that guy is not espousing the same kind of fucking personal responsibility that I believe makes America great. Period.
I'll always hated
apologize for hating that person personally.
Okay, nor should you. But the whole "Make America Great Again," I never liked that slogan. I think me and you have talked about this on the side, because what it does is it insinuates that America isn't great.
All right, you know what makes America great, really? Is that the Constitution of the United States is basically a document written that fucking trusts the citizens to act in their own fucking best interest. That's what it is. It's a document, right? Freedom as an idea is about personal responsibility. It's about going to work every day and taking care of your family and doing your fucking best to be a good person. That's what freedom relies on. Otherwise, authoritarianism is fucking better. Like, if we're all going to be fucking devolved fucking animals, then authoritarianism is a better fucking thing. Right? But if you trust your fellow fucking person to be a decent fucking person and to try his fucking best, then freedom is better. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want someone to espouse. I do care, right? When someone says that, like, Clinton getting a blowjob in the fucking Oval Office, not a fucking real big deal, to me, as an adult, now, at this particular point in time, I do think it's a big deal. I think that we should expect that our leaders are going to be fucking good people and are going to espouse the kind of values that exist in America, period.
Well said.
Okay. Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. In fact, I think we've had this conversation before, but I think we both agree that getting your dick sucked in the Oval is not impeachable. However, selling nuclear secrets to China is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the conversation that we had.
It depends on the context of the fucking society, man. Our society has devolved into fucking just route selfishness. Even me, I've become a more fucking selfish person as a result of this fucked up society that we're living in.
You were late for the podcast. Proof.
I was. Piece of shit.
It's okay. I forgive you. It's fine.
All right. But, like, seriously. Like, I've come off my fucking moral high ground about not collecting VA benefits despite my fucking injuries. I, like, actually considered that the fucking government owed me something for my fucking injuries. Like, how fucking selfish and shitty is that? No. You know what? The government fucking owes people who can't go out there and get a fucking job for their injuries. Right? The people that can't fucking maintain their life, that's who should be on VA benefits, right?
Do you remember that conversation that we had about this? You asked me, you're like, dude, I mean, you're eligible for disability VA, right? I'm like, yeah. You're like, well, did you take it? And what was my response? Fuck no. Why? Because I can still work.
I don't fucking take welfare, and I fucking work. You know what? Even I came off that. After this $1.9 trillion, for about a week, I was considering going to the fucking VA and collecting benefits. And you know what? Fucking no. Because you know what? I have a job, and I have a wife, and I have fucking kids that I have to look in the eye every day. And I have to say, no, daddy's not a fucking mooch off the government. Period.
Well, it's not for any of us to say that our veterans who collect benefits are mooches off the government. If you have those coming, good. The guy that I'm talking to is the fucker that served 4 years in the Coast Guard, didn't do shit, and gets 12% for his tinnitus. Go fuck yourself.
Here's my thing, right? Even if you do have it coming, if you can support yourself without government benefits, then you should do that, because that money should be reserved for people who can't. There's plenty of fucking people I know that have fucking serious back injuries, blown off fucking limbs. They can't fucking hear. They can't fucking see. There's plenty of fucking people I know out there that can't get the fucking benefits that they fucking need because there's so many fucking fat, fucking slovenly piece of shit, fucking no good, fucking no working people out there who are sucking up veteran benefits like it's fucking welfare. And fuck you.
The VA benefit system, in my opinion, needs to be severely revamped. I know of a dude, he got to the unit after I left. Never deployed day one. 90% benefits for PTSD. Get this, from boot camp.
What?
That's a fucking cocksucker, right? And we need to all, as veterans, come together and say, hey, look, if you have a fucking job that nets you over 50 grand a year, you don't get fucking VA benefits because you're a fucking cocksucker, and fuck you. Right? Like, a little bit. Like, a little bit, fuck you. You know?
Yeah.
There's fucking friends I have that can't fucking get up off the couch because they're too fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we have veterans shooting themselves in the parking lots of hospitals because they can't get fucking treatment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking money exists for a reason. And when we just go and fucking take it, right? We're not doing our duty, right? If you're a veteran, if you're a fucking cop, if you're a politician, you should hold yourself to a higher fucking standard because society puts you up on a fucking pedestal, right? And you should espouse the kind of fucking, I don't know, ethics and values that this country espouses. You should go out there and you should fucking work and you should take care of your family and you should not be a piece of shit. You should be a fucking part of your community. You should do all those things because society puts you on a fucking pedestal. And if you want to fucking get a discount at the fucking Home Depot, that has a fucking cost. And the cost is you're not a piece of shit.
Wow. Well said.
Okay. You good, bud?
Yeah.
You've been thinking about this all day, haven't you?
No. I just started thinking about it when I started thinking about gun rights and what that freedom means, right?
Mm-hmm.
That freedom means trust. It means trust from the government in the citizenry. And as long as the citizenry and the government maintain no level of fucking trust within one another, then we're always going to have these problems. We have to build trust back between the citizens and the government. And the government knows that the citizens are a bunch of selfish pieces of shit right now that are fucking high off fucking TikTok and Facebook and fucking Twitter. And they're just garbage fucking people. And the government fucking is maybe even right to be fucking going towards authoritarianism because we're not fucking good people right now. We're not doing the things that we need to be fucking doing.
You know what makes worse people? Authoritarianism.
I guess. China seems to be doing fucking pretty all right for itself.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what you would want for this country?
No, it's not what I want for this country. What I want for this country is for us to resume espousing decent fucking values. That's what I want. I want us not to be garbage fucking people.
Bro, have you driven past a high school in like the last, I don't know, fucking 6 or 7 years? It's fucking chaos.
I'm just saying, if we want a good government, if we want a decent government, right, that costs something. And what it costs is a good citizenry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the expectation. There's a fucking contract between the government and its citizens that the citizens are going to operate in the best interests of society.
Well, if they want to operate in the best interest,
and government is going to take its hands off the wheel.
What they need to fucking do, if they want to operate in the best interest of the people need to start running for office and get these fucking old fucking Vietnam era cocksuckers out of the House, out of the Senate. Stop voting for fucking presidents that need a goddamn, a fucking life alert. Come on, man. Like,
Agreed.
Jesus Christ. Run
Great.
for office, please.
We need to be doing that. We need, and by we, I mean we. I mean, we need to be taking an active part in our community. We, the people that are fucking up here talking about how the government is fucked up, we need to be not fucked up citizens. We need to be involved citizens.
Oh, my town hates my ass.
Yeah.
They fucking hate me. Every town hall meeting, it ain't good.
Well, that's good. At least you're going to town hall meetings. I'm not even doing that. I'm fucking out here trying to fucking work my dick off so that my family can fucking have everything. At least a little part of that is owed to my community. It's owed to going to town hall meetings. I need to be a better citizen.
We all do.
Well, I mean, far from perfect here. Like, you know, I think my neighbors, like the first time I went to a town hall meeting, it was because I got a letter in the mail because my truck exhaust is too loud, and somebody complained, and then I got a letter in the mail about it. And I was like, okay, well, you tell that person to come to my fucking house and buy me a new exhaust. They won't do it. So until then, shut the fuck up. That was basically my message. But I listened to all the other shit going on in town that nobody even fucking knows about, and I found it to be fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm probably running for mayor in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey,
do it.
And I'll probably win.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you. Like, that's what a good citizen is. It's one that participates.
Although my town only has 700 people, when that happens or should that happen, will you guys please call me Mr. Mayor and stand up when I walk in the room?
No.
All right. First of all, I'm not going to call you. I'll call you Mr. Mayor, but I won't stand up when you walk in the room.
Fuck you then, dude.
We both know the kind of fucking tomfoolery that you've gotten up to in your life.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to fucking stand up like Your Honor, the fucking shitty mayor.
See, I wouldn't call him Mr. Mayor. I may stand up for you. I might do it and like start a slow clap when you enter the room. But
Would you?
Definitely not
I've
calling
always
Mr.
wanted
Mayor.
that.
All right, we can work that out.
I'm about calling people by their titles. I'm okay with that. I think that's the military. You know, I'm okay with the titles. But, you know, showing respect is earned, my friend. It's earned.
Yeah.
15, if you're a good mayor,
15,
then I'll stand up.
What, with the 15, 16, 17 years of friendship, and now I just come to learn that you don't respect me? Fuck you.
Damn.
I'm surprised you're just now learning this.
Yeah, you've been in my home. What a bitch.
I love you.
Yeah. Now stand up for me when I walk in the room. Okay.
All
right, guys. What do you say?
I have lines, my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
I respect you up to that line.
Okay, fair. Boundaries. Okay, so Casey, you wanted to discuss Matt Gaetz real quick before we sign out because you sent me a message earlier and you were promptly pissed.
Well, I mean, it falls right back on what Mike was just saying too. Like, we have these people in places of power, and I don't give a fuck what side you fall on. What you're bringing to the table, Mr. Gaetz, I don't know what happened, where it happened, why it happened. What the fuck? I mean, how are we supposed to say, like, all right, I trust this dude, or at least I'm fond of, because I really don't trust any of them. But
Casey, may I real quick? Before we hear you out on this, can you kind of explain what it is that we're talking about? Because some people are not aware. This broke like an hour and a half ago.
He's being investigated by the DOJ for allegations of sexual indecency or whatever you want to call it, fucking trafficking, bunch of bullshit that we shouldn't be seeing from any politician, much less the one that was up Trump's ass trying to, you know, portray himself as, you know, trying to keep his shit in check ever since his past with his DUIs, which I'm not going to mock somebody if they had like a previous addiction or a problem. Like, I talk shit on Nancy Pelosi because she's a drunkard. I shouldn't do that, but I do that.
Fuck that. Do it. I like it.
Well, I'm going to continue because I can't stand her and she can't stand us, so it's deserved. But
perfect.
With Matt Gaetz, apparently he did some really fucked up shit with a 17-year-old girl. So now the DOJ is looking at him. But I didn't get to finish one article that I found on it. Were there really 14 previous charges?
Not against him, against one of his close allies. And then that's when he was implicated through, I don't know if it was like through one of the victims or basically his fucking political ally trying to save his own ass. Right. Probably that would be my guess. But I think, personally, I hope it's not true. I hope this is just what the left does and they're smearing his name because they can. But if it is true, I hope they hang his ass by his balls.
Oh,
Truly.
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And then
Agreed.
again, like
So,
100%.
you see the same thing with Cuomo. We're up to 9 women that have come forward and said that he's done something inappropriately. And again, we shouldn't be seeing this when these are the people we're supposed to be able to go to and ask questions or say, like, where are you going with this? They're not going anywhere except in a courtroom and looking like a jackass. We're failing. We're fucking failing.
Well, here's what gets me about this. For all the good that the Me Too movement did, finally we're being taken seriously. I'm thinking, well, that was a flash in the pan. Nobody's really talking about it anymore. It's back to the Roethlisberger type shit. Happens all the time, Blows my mind.
It does happen all the time. And I am not a person that is about I think you should get a fair hearing for anything that you do, right? And I extend that to liberals just as much as I can extend it to conservatives, right? But when this is proven, I'm about a return to some level of social conservatism.
For sure.
And I hold conservatives to a higher standard, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with saying that, like, if you're a fucking conservative, you should be espousing social conservatism to some extent in your personal life. And if I'm a conservative voter, it is okay that I hold you to a higher standard than your fucking Democratic allies who basically exist in a fucking mishmash of goddamn anarchy.
Yeah, very well said. If that's all, now would be a good time to wrap if you guys are good with that.
I'm good with that.
Casey, you cool with that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
This has been the Mike Miller Show. We love you, people. You glorious bastards. We love you.
Email us, MikeMillerShow@yahoo.com.
Yeah. Questions, comments, concerns about opinions? Let us know. We're interested.
Let me know what my campaign slogan should be. Oh, and by the way, Casey, huge shout out to her Twitter followers because they're going to be releasing the episode on their end because Casey has been banned from Twitter again.
True. That happened, but I'm working on it. I'm working
on it.
Like, yeah.
Twitter
I'm proud of you because that's the thing. I'm super proud of you because you're not pissing off Twitter. You're kind of your following has really picked up on the show. They love this shit.
Well,
rock on.
Word.
Yeah. So
all right.
Again, thank you guys. Thank you to my co-host here, and thank you to Casey's followers on Twitter and everybody at home listening. We really appreciate your time. And with that, Mike Miller Show out.
Out.